Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Learn with Rui. In this video today we are going to learn about the procedure to find area of irregular shape, volume of irregular solid, density of a cube and difference between density and relative density. Let us begin.
Number 1. Draw an irregular shape on a graph paper and explain how you would calculate its area. First of all, we need a graph paper, and in the graph paper we are going to draw the outline of the shape whose area we want to find out. Okay, so we are taking a graph paper. Okay, so after drawing the outline of the shape, to calculate the area we do the following. We have drawn the outline, and step number 1, we will calculate the total number of complete squares inside the outline N1. How many complete squares are there inside the outline? I have put a tick. So all these black ticks are indicating the number of complete squares inside the outline, and then we will calculate the total number of squares inside the outline which are more than half. So we will see which are the squares which are more than half, and then we will calculate the number of squares inside the outline. These are marked with blue ticks. So then what we are going to do? We are going to add both the numbers that we have got. N1 number of complete squares and N2 the total number of squares which are more than half. So we will calculate N1 plus N2, this is equal to N. Then what will be the area of the shape? Area of the shape will be N into 1 centimeter square. Why? Because in our graph paper, one square has got the sides of 1 centimeter. That's why we are multiplying it with 1 centimeter square. So the area of the shape will be N centimeter square.
Next question is how would you measure the volume of an irregular solid?
We can measure the volume of an irregular solid using the following fact. The volume of a solid is equal to the volume of a liquid displacement. Volume of a solid means how much space the solid is occupying. That space is equal to the volume of liquid it displaces. To measure the volume of the liquid displaced, we take the following steps. What are the steps? Take a container in which volume is marked. You must have seen in the market also there are some buckets in which liters are marked, how many liters it is. There are some beakers. Even the medicines that you drink, most of them comes with a cap which is marked how many ml it is. So we will take a container in which volume is marked, whether the volume is in ml or in liter. Okay, so here we have a container, and the sign will tell us how much the liquid which is inside. Then fill it with a liquid that does not mix with the solid. So we are going to find out the volume of a solid. So the solid which we are taking and the liquid which we are filling in the container should be such that this solid and the liquid that we are taking in the container must not mix. Okay, so if it mixes, we will not be able to find out the volume. It should not mix till the level in which solid can be completely immersed and which can be easily marked. So the amount of liquid that we will pour in the container should be enough that the solid can be completely immersed inside it. And then we mark what is the reading. And so I filled with the liquid, and then I saw the reading, and the reading I've marked in the copy, that is R1. Then we are going to immerse the solid in the liquid. The liquid in the container rises. As soon as you put that solid whose volume you want to measure, level of the liquid is going to rise, and we are going to mark the new reading. Again, we'll write the new reading in our copy. So I put the solid inside it and the liquid rises, and I have got a new reading R2. So here it is. I put the solid. Then my first reading was R1 and then R2K. So the volume of the solid will be R2 minus R1 units. Here units means if I am taking the marking in liters, I will write R2 minus R1 liters. If I am taking the volume in ml, I will write R2 minus R1 ml. Let's come to the next question. How would you determine the density of a cube? Okay, first of all, they have given you the cube and they tell you find the density. We determine the density of a cube in the following ways. First of all, find the mass of a cube. We will put this cube on top of a balance, measuring balance, and find out how much is it reading. Is it reading in grams? Is it reading in kg? Whatever is the reading, we will mark the reading. Okay, and the reading will be m. Then using a measuring tape, we will find the length of its size. Either if the cube is big, we can use measuring tape. If the cube is small, we can also use a scale. Okay, we will just find out what is the length of one of its sides, and then using the concept that volume is equal to L cube. Okay, L into L into L, we will find the volume of a cube. Okay, and then we note down the volume. Okay, and then we will apply this formula. Density of the cube is equal to mass per unit volume. Unit of mass by unit of volume. Unit of mass here can be gram, kilogram, ounce, whatever unit you have used to take the mass, and unit of volume can be in centimeter cube, meter cube, whatever unit you have taken. Okay, so the density of the cube will be mass divided by L cube. Okay, this is how you are going to determine the density of a cube. Coming to our last question. Last question is distinguish between density and relative density. Density is the amount of substance present in a unit volume. Amount of substance means how much mass is present in a unit volume, how much amount is there in a volume. Relative density, we find out the ratio of the density of the substance to the density of water. Now this density of water can be changed. I can find out ratio of density of a substance compared to density of some other substance. Relative in itself means finding the relation between two densities. Okay, so we are finding out the relation between two densities, comparing the density of one to the density of the other. Usually the standard substance from whom we compare the relative density is water. Okay, next differences. Density is generally expressed in gram per cc, gram per milliliter, gram per liter, kg per meter cube or kg per liter. These are the main units in which we express density. Whereas relative density has got no units. Why? Because when you compare two densities, it means unit of one is cancelled by the unit of the other. So same unit in the numerator, same unit in the denominator cancels out. It gives you just a number which is indicating the number of times the density of one substance in the numerator is greater than the density of other substance in the denominator. Third difference is its value is different in different units. For example, in gram per cc, the value of density will be different. In gram per ml, gram per liter, it will be different. Gram per meter cube, it will be different. So if I take different units, the numerical value that I get, the density, it will be different. Whereas the value of relative density remains unchanged. Why? Because whenever you compare the density, you will be comparing the density of two substances expressed in the same unit. And that is why the value remains unchanged. You will just get the same number, whatever unit you take. Now, a fourth point of difference is the density of a pure substance is unique. For example, the density of water will be same in India, in US. You can go to any place, the density will remain the same at same temperature and pressure. Okay, when I say density of the pure substance is unique means it is same when you take a standard condition, it will remain the same. It is not going to change. Okay. Whereas relative density, the value that you get of relative density will become different if you compare it with density of different substances. Okay, if you compare it with the density of water, you'll get a different value. If you compare it with the density of mercury, you will get a different value. So the values will be different. I hope this session was meaningful to you.
Do subscribe and like my channel. Thank you.